Here is something most company gets wrong about culture. They think culture is something you create. It's not. Culture is something you reveal every single day through the decisions you make, the people you promote, and the behavior you tolerate. I'm Sophia, HR lead at Kalpita Technologies. And today, as part of our Leadership Talk series, I want to share one belief that has shaped everything I do in this role. A high-performance culture is not built in a retreat. It's built in the meeting room, one conversation at a time. Culture is revealed, not written. Early in my HR career, I visited an organization that had beautiful values printed on the every walls. Integrity, respect, innovation, the whole 9 yards. But in the very first meeting, I observed a manager cut off a junior employee mid-sentence. No one blinked. That wall? Irrelevant. Culture is not what we frame and hang. Culture is what happens in the gaps and how a manager responds when things goes wrong, in who gets recognized, in who gets heard. At Kalpita, we have earned a Glassdoor rating of 4.5 and Great Place to Work recognition, not by writing better values, but by making specific commitments. One-on-one, structured, feedback loops, recognition programs that name people, not just teams. Culture is what people experience every day, not what is written on walls. Hiring is only the first step. Companies spend an average of 42 days to fill a role. Within 6 months, 46% of new hires fail, not because of the skill gap, but because of the culture misalignment. Skills are teachable, attitude, ownership, and the drive to say, I will figure it out. Those who have to select for and then to nourish. At Kalpita, we look behind the resume. We evaluate learning ability, ownership, mindset, culture alignment, and then criticality we invest. We have seen team members join as individual contributors and grow into a team lead, and senior managers not because we hired perfectly, but because we created the conditions for growth. Stretch assignments, monitoring, cross-function, exposure, promotion from within, wherein talent is ready. When we invest in people, people invest back. Tools like Kalpita Recruit, our AI-powered application tracking product, help us screen at scale. But screening is a step one. Developing the person behind the resume, that's where the competitive advantage lies. Engaged employees do not just perform, they build. Gallup research shows disengaged employees cost organization 18% of their annual salary in lost productivity. That's not the moral problem, that's the balance sheet problem. The difference between engaged and disengaged employees is rarely pay. It's whether people feel seen, valued, and connected to something bigger than the task in front of them. At Kalpita, our engagement programs, hackathon, spark sessions, team building initiatives, employees awards are not add-ons. They are infrastructure. They create moments where ideas land, where people collaborate across department, where the organization demonstrates its belief in its people before asking for their best. The energy in our hackathon is not manufactured, it's released because people want to contribute when they feel the organization has contributed to them first. Employees who feel appreciated contribute more than what is expected. Managers create the employee's experience. Think back to the best job you have ever had. What made it that way? The company or the manager? Almost universally, it's the manager. Managers are the culture. In 1,000 micro moments every day, they decide whether an employee feels supported or exposed, heard or dismissed, growing or stagnating. At Kalpita, we have built a management culture grounded in 3 behaviors: active listening, timely feedback, and visible recognition. Some of our most impactful process improvement comes directly from the frontline employee feedback because our managers were asking and actually listening. Leadership is not about authority, it's about amplification, making the people around you louder, not quieter. Building future leaders starts today. One of the most common mistakes I see, organizations wait for someone to demonstrate leadership readiness before investing in them. But readiness does not arrive, it's built. You build it through stretch assignments, a role straight beyond the comfort zone, through monitoring, someone to call when things get uncertain. Though cross-functioning projects, a wider view of the business. At Kalpita, leadership development is not a once-a-year event. It's woven into how we assign work, run conversations, and create visibility for amazing talents. Some of the most satisfying moments in my career have been watching employees who joined us as a fresher grow into a confident leader. Those journeys does not happen by accident. Leadership is a mindset before it's a title. The future of work belongs to continuous learning. We are living through the most significant workforce transformation in a generation. Generative AI, agentic AI, automation. These are not future concerns, they are present ones. The question is not whether AI will change how your team works. The question is whether your people will adapt fast enough or be caught flat-footed. At Kalpita, 70% of our engineers' work is AI-enabled. We have engaged teams across every function to build skill in AI, data, cloud, quality automation, and digital transformation because that's the world we operate in. And because we believe learning organizations outlast optimized ones. Kalpita AI Interview, our fraud-proof AI interview solution, was built by a team that was simultaneously learning how to use the same AI tools they were shipping. That is what a learning culture looks like in practice. Not a slide deck about upskilling, but evidence of it in the work itself. Continuous learning is no longer optional. It is the only sustainable competitive advantage. At Kalpita, our CEO Cube says something I come back to often. At Kalpita, we don't just build solutions, we build people, culture, and impact. That line is not a slogan, it's a policy. I have seen it in action, watching a fresher join for their first job and returning 5 years later as a team lead. Those journeys does not happen in organizations that treat people as resources. They happen in organizations that treat people as the point. A high-performance culture is not built overnight. It is built every day through our actions, our decisions, and our commitment to the people who choose to build us. That is what we are building every day at Kalpita. Thank you.